Tor Tyreson peered against the sleet that lashed like a whip against his face, trying to will land into sight. But yet again, for the 13th day in succession, all that could be seen was icy water and thick slush. Sailing the Drakenskin through it was like trying to make headway through a bath of milk and oatmeal, but going back would mean only more of the same, and going back was not an option. They'd only caught one small whale to show for the whole trip so far, 8 barrels of oil from 60 days of Viking. They would be laughed out of Ormsdale if they returned now. He could only just make out the dim outlines of the other 2 boats, the Windmaster and the Fireworm slightly behind and to the right. It helped knowing that they were there, that somewhere nearby there were 2 other Viking on watch and currently as miserable as he was. He pulled his cloak around him and turned his back to the wind. His hands, even inside the deerskin mittens, felt like the ice had already eaten them. His cloak was drenched through from the hood to the bottom that hung sodden on the wet deck. It was some way yet until he'd be relieved. It is my own fault. I wanted this. He smiled ruefully to himself, remembering all the nights spent dreaming of Viking, all the times he had pestered his mother for stories about father's travels. If she told him the truth of the matter, that it was many days, all the same, of foul weather and wet clothes, he might have stayed in the relative warmth of the halls of Ormsdale. But the summer passed, his shoulders had got wide enough that they stopped his passage through the riven rock on the eastern shore, and the Thane announced in the great hall that Tor was to go on his first Viking. He'd waited 2 years for this chance. It would be churlish now to wish it away because of a bout of bad weather. He looked along the length of the boat. Only the captain moved back there, checking the ropes and the sail. Most of the crew sat huddled along the deck, trying to find warmth in beakers of mutton stew, all except Tor, who kept watch, and one other who is not welcome among the men. "Doom," a voice said from the deck below him. "Doom awaits us all." Tor knew what was coming next. There was a clatter, bone against bone. He did not have to look down to know that Skald had cast the runes. That, too, had been a constant for the last 30 days. "Doom," Skald said. "Be quiet, Skald," Tor said. "Please, no more."